So, folks, it is indeed a pleasant good morning from the Temple of Justice, and welcome to DNS Liberia. Urias Yimpan. You have been following the incident that occurred last Saturday night about 11 p.m., where an officer identified as Mark Bracewell of the Liberia National Police who got hit by a taxi driver, by a reported taxi driver identified as Francis Nana. He has been brought here to the Monrovia City Court, of which he was escorted by scores of police officers here at the Monrovia City Court. And then we are seeing some Liberians who are wearing his t-shirt with placards being held in their hands. Some of the placards and the inscription on it says, "We need justice for Mark D. Bracewell," and another one here says, "He died serving his country. His family needs justice. Mark Bracewell deserves justice." Stop killing law enforcement officers. Mark Bracewell was only doing his job. And all those placards with inscriptions on it goes on. According to what we saw on the Liberia National Police Facebook page, Francis Nana is a suspect murder. According to eyewitnesses on the scene, basically there's a confrontation, there's an argument between the late Officer Mark D. Bracewell and that of the driver identified as Francis Nana. Following his arrival here at the Monrovia City Court, we are seeing the huge presence of the Liberia National Police, of which the officer who got killed on Saturday night also personnel of the Liberia National Police.
I'm here to make sure that justice be served for Mark Bracewell. I'm here to make sure that justice be served for Mark D. Bracewell.
Are you an officer?
I'm not an officer. I'm a friend to Mark Bracewell. Mark was like a brother to me. No, I wasn't there at all. I wasn't there when the incident took place. Well, as the driver is in there, I don't know what is going on right now. The driver is in there.
So the suspect has not been taken to the Monrovia City Court. What next do you guys expect? What's the next course of actions to friends of the late Officer Mark D. Bracewell expect from the justice system here in Liberia?
What we expect of the justice system right now is for the right thing to be done. As you see the placard, we need justice for Mark D. Bracewell.
What kind of justice do you need?
For what the driver did, it wasn't right. By killing a police officer. But Mark D. Bracewell being a police officer is not a crime. It's not a crime to serve a country. So there are many drivers in the street sometimes tell the police officer that even they can do it to the citizen also. If you don't move on before my car will hit you. The car is a show and nothing will come out of it. People have done it for so long. So at this time around, it shouldn't just go in vain. Let that be justice.
So you want to put stop to that?
Yes, let that be justice. People can't be going around threatening people and just do anything and just walk like that free.
So he has not been brought to the Monrovia City Court. So I'm still asking, what kind of justice do you guys really want for the late Officer Mark D. Bracewell? What kind of justice he has been brought to the Monrovia City Court? Do you guys expect further actions?
I don't know which type of action you're talking about, but justice. When we talk about justice, the case should be handled well. 1, 2. If you will go to prison, let him go to prison for his act.
For what?
If you will go to prison, let him go to prison for his act. That it will not happen anymore to any other officer.
Thank you. So welcome to the media. Welcome to the media.
Yes.
Your name?
Tom King.
Who are you to know?
My uncle's son. Yeah, Eli Bracewell. So I'm a nephew to him, the late
My condolences, bro. I know it is very difficult. I'm seeing your hands. Stop killing law enforcement officers. Mark Bracewell was only doing his job. What do you really mean by this?
You know, police officers, they are human like you and myself. So it's not bad to serve is to serve your country. Yes. So we need to tell our officers our driver them to stop killing police officers. It's not bad to join the police. Out of here, by the grace of God, I desire to join the police. But if I see things that they going on, it'll make me afraid not to join the police again. To see person to have killing young person like myself. Yes, it hurt me so bad. Wow, I feel it.
I know. Check out, bro. So what's the next actions that you guys wanting to see from the Liberia National Police and out of the justice system?
Oh, we don't want justice at all. That's just justice we need.
He has not been taken to the Monrovia City Court.
Yes, this morning we get into the court and we only need justice. That's why we're sending out here to get justice. If we find guilty, the same the sub beach.
For lifetime or for a certain number of years?
A level the judge. Yeah, a level the judge. A level the judge.
So, ma, welcome to the media.
Yeah, how you doing?
Welcome.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Mrs. Sarah Johnson.
So, what's your relationship with the late officer who got hit by a taxi driver on last Saturday evening?
My cousin.
Oh, your cousin. You're related to him.
Yes.
Smart condolences as well. Well, I'm seeing you hold your flag and your hand saying justice must be served for all. What do you mean by this?
I mean that we need justice for Mark because it been happening to police officer and it been going free. So if like the police officer come to do it by now, like they the police station around the country here. So we are asking the RG and the Minister of Justice that we need justice for Mark.
But he's not been brought to the court, of which face trial, and then you have to explain himself why he knows of, and so forth.
Like I said, it been happening to other people and it been going slack. We are not hear anything about it. So that's why we are calling on the police officer and the commander, which is the RG, that they will help us to get justice for my cousin.
Okay, so you don't want it to just be like that.
Yes.
He should be prosecuted if found guilty.
Yes.
So folks, the reported driver into this situation who ran into the late officer Mark Bracewell is here at the Monrovia City Court. He has been charged by the Liberia National Police. We are still trying to know what the charges are. But one of the charges we saw that is from the police has to do with murder. Murder is one of the charges that we saw from the police. But we hope to know if there are further charges. We are seeing relatives who are coming solidarity following his death. They are saying that they are demanding justice, that the case should be fully looked into because it has been a situation where you have these taxi drivers, not only taxi drivers, all people as well who go against the officers and have them killed. Reportedly have them killed, and then I have not heard about that. We have them killed, and then suddenly they will go scot-free. So they're saying this one should be keenly looked into by the judicial system of our government here. And then they are urging that the police, RG Gregory Coleman, take the case very seriously. These are the calls that some of the relatives and friends who have come in solidarity of the late officer Mark Bracewell, they are saying so. But we're still seeing scores of officers right before the entrance into the Monrovia City Court, as the reported driver, Francis Nana, who was taken a few minutes ago into the Monrovia City Court after being formally charged by the Liberia National Police. who don't really know as to what after year he'll be taken to the more of a central prison. But you can share this live, invite others as well. This is DNS Liberia and Amirar's fifth Yimpa reporting. We are live from the Temple of Justice, specifically right before the Monrovia City Court. So we're seeing armed officers. Yeah, and instructions have been given to those personnel who, well, yeah, and then they are making a cycle, a U-turn being made, and then they are not leaving. These officers who were posted right before, these officers are now leaving the Monrovia City Court. We don't know what exactly. Probably they might be returning to their headquarters, which is adjacent the Temple of Justice. So the officers who were posted right before the Monrovia City Court, where the reported murder of the late officer Mark Bracewell, Francis Nana. But now the officers are being replaced by armed men from the emergency response unit. Initially, I have officers from the police support unit who were here, but these officers are now being shifted and are being replaced with armed men of the emergency response unit and the anti-robbery unit as well. We are seeing officers of the anti-robbery unit as well. They're just right before the Monrovia City Court. So you can share this live, invite others as well, as we are with the outcome of the reported murderer of the late officer Mark Bracewell, who was serving his country on last Saturday night about 11 p.m. when this incident occurred at the Slayway Bridge. I could say Vai Town, not Slayway, because right after the Slayway Bridge, where was lying down in cold blood, it has been memorialized. We saw a few days ago where the Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman, along with the Justice Minister, Councillor Nati Osvaldo, went to pay that tribute, and flowers symbolizing that tribute were laid right to where the officers, the late officer Mark Bracewell, were lying in cold blood on Saturday night. So stay tuned as we are still right here before the Monrovia City Court, where armed officers are secured and safeguarding the court where the reported murderer of the late Mark Bracewell. Mark Bracewell was a son of the former CO4D2, Ellis J. Bracewell, who was the former commander of the Sonfo Depot 2 police station that is located in the Tomo village along the Gardnersville belt. Ellis J. Bracewell is also a senior ranking officer of the Liberia National Police, of which his son also joined the Liberia National Police. I do believe through his encouragement, I see one of the brothers of the late Mark Bracewell, just a brother, one of his brothers. I know a few of them. This is one of the brothers who just arrived here with a placard and inscription written on it, said Liberia is a place of law. Justice must be served for Mark Bracewell. All of the placards, all of the inscriptions that I've seen in so far on these placards here, that justice must be served. They are saying that if the reported murderer into this case is found guilty, justice must be served in accordance with the law, and and they are saying that according to them, they are saying on numerous of occasions you will see similar. I have not encountered one, but according to these relatives who are kind of solidarity with the late officer March. So these relatives who have come in solidarity of the late officer Mark Bracewell, they are demanding that justice must be served in accordance with the law. So we are still here at the Monrovia City Court. We saw schools of men and women wearing the blue uniform of the Liberia National Police, escorting along with the Inspector General. I think it was a joint security because I also saw officers of the Liberia Immigration Service who were also here. They came along in solidarity of the sister or security unit as it escorted the late officer reported murder.
So thanks to Uriah's Faith Yimpan, we are here at the Monrovia City Court. My name is Aaron Kuban and Uriah Faith Yimpan along Chokon Flaman. We are here. So we here from the Monrovia City Court, and so we are waiting. Hopefully, the suspect might be brought out, maybe following decision from the judge to have him remanded at the Monrovia City Court, or he could be placed on bail, depending on what his lawyer may say. But just earlier on, we interacted with a lawyer who is claiming that he's legal representation of this Nana individual, and so he has attributed the incident to a normal accident scene. According to him, accident is normal, and it takes place regularly. A lot of people died, and so one of his defense, one of his arguments is that this incident occurred as a result of an accident, and that the Liberia National Police, one way or the other, might be sentimentalized in this entire thing, and placing some level of sentiment in it. As you know, this individual who was allegedly killed in this entire incident is a police officer, and the police is the one that's going to do the investigation. And they did the investigation, and they want to charge this suspect, and then they forward him to court. The good thing about our jurisprudence is that when despite the police having that legal right to investigate and charge suspect, they do not have the final say in terms of what becomes or the fate of that suspect. So obviously, the court is going to hear the case. We are hearing that his legal team is going to call for a preliminary hearing into this matter, and then a preliminary hearing will establish as to whether this case is actually a murder case or a normal accident that can occur before going into the full trial from the Monrovia City Court, or the court may, one way or the other, forward this entire case to criminal court. As you know, this is the code of first instance, the Monrovia City Court. Whenever there is a matter of search, it is brought to the code of first instance under the jurisdiction of the country, and then the judge will decide to send it either to criminal court A, depending on if it is murder, it's sent to different criminal courts. But as a matter of fact, this case is going to be preliminarily heard here, and the judge will decide where to send this case. And so we're going to look forward to see as to whether the suspect is going to be sent over to the Monrovia Central Prison, or he is going to be handed down a bail bond for his release here, based on how his lawyers are going to argue on this issue as to whether this was just a normal accident that regularly occurred with people. There are a lot of accidents that occur. People died almost every time in accident. The Liberia National Police released a report about how many persons died from accident in the country quite recently. And so his lawyers could be arguing from that aspect. But yet the family members are also here, friends and family members of Mark Bracewell. They are here, they have their placards. You can see some of them say he died serving his country, his family needs justice. Mark Bracewell deserves justice. We need justice for Mark D. Bracewell. And so family members and friends of Bracewell are also into this case. The Liberia National Police, to the RG, also is not going to let this one slide. They're going to go through the entire legal matter. As you know, this is one of them. And when something happens to a single individual from a particular group of common ideological standpoint, everyone will want to stand by that individual, because if something happens of such and nothing is done, then it becomes a norm, and then those individuals who are involved in such a group of such will become victims repeatedly. And so the Liberia National Police is going to do everything in its powers, in its will, through its legal team, to prosecute this matter to the fullest. And they are pushing for murder. They are accusing this driver of carrying on murder. And as we heard, we were hinted by his legal team that this cannot be considered as murder. It was an accident that led to the death of this officer, Mark D. Bracewell. So I know the vehicle will be investigated. If the drivers talk about brake failure, there will be some investigation on the vehicle as to whether the brake actually failed. There will be some witnesses that will be called in. People, if individuals were in the vehicle, they will be called, and they will be asked as to what actually happened over this entire issue, what actually happened that led to the incident. So there will be investigation done. So this is not going to be, by sentiment or what people think about it. It's going to be done by the law as we expect. So from the Liberia National Police now, it is a party to this entire issue. It's not just about enforcing the law anymore. It is one of them, and they're going to be looking at it from that standpoint. So when it comes to the entire investigation, then in this case, the court will have to be very, very much meticulous in how it's going to handle this issue in terms of the Liberia National Police and this individual known who has been accused of carrying on this act. He is identified as Francis Nana, and he's the one being accused of carrying on this act. But we want to continue to bring you up this year. We continue to show you what is happening here before the court. So if you're just joining us, this is DN News Liberia. We are showing you pictures from outside of the court here, and before your cameras are friends and family members of the officer who lost his life as a result of an alleged intentional willful murder by a driver officer. And that's what the police is alleging. But the court is going to establish as to whether that driver actually did that with the intent or with intentions to murder a police officer, and or whether or not it was done through an accident. So another thing people will be looking out for is if someone dies in an accident, maybe you are a driver, they will look as to whether you were a licensed driver, you have a license that one, it's a vehicle register, that's another thing. And secondly, whether you were the authorized driver of that vehicle. All those things will be looked at as to whether this individual carry on this act. So Mark Bracewell. So sorry, we were trying to pull out this information. So his legal team is arguing on the issue about accident. So we wanted to give you a report of the September 2024 Liberia National Police accident report. And so according to multiple sources, the Safety Division of the Liberia National Police released this report. And it says the number of accidents in September 2024, at the time when they released this report, 157. And also talk about the number of deaths, 23. And the gender of the deceased, including 20 males and 3 females. And the roles of those who died, 8 operators, those are drivers, 8 drivers, 7 passengers, and 8 pedestrians as well. The number of injured people, 144. Gender of injured, 133 males, 11 females. Rows of more injured, 80 operators, 52 passengers, and 12 pedestrians. Vehicles involved, 249 vehicles were involved in accident. Vehicles severely damaged, 45. Cases forwarded to court, 6. Cases withdrawn, 61, and cases pending investigation, 90. So there were several accidents that occurred in 2024 or throughout the year, that we came up. So that's why the lawyers may be arguing. But we look at the movie, which he did it. As journalists, we ought not to put our sentiment in whatsoever that may have happened there. We will continue to hear from the court and exactly what will be the judge's own ruling on this entire matter. Keep following DN News Liberia, Uriah Faith Yimpa, and my name is Aaron Kuban. Together we're going to bring you this entire coverage here. We see the police are assembling. It seems as though they are building barricades to maybe escort a suspect, but we're going to be around once he's been taken to the Monrovia Central Prison for imprisonment while the case is ongoing, which is pre-trial detention. We will bring you details around this.